Are you an independent musician or creative person who wants to get more engagement on your Instagram? Would you love to automate some of the interactions so that you can get on with making that glorious art? But you don't want to spend a small fortune on this, and you want the interactions to be as organic as possible, not bot-like. In this video, I am going to show you one of the world's first official tools for messaging at scale on Instagram. Let's go! So the tool I am going to walk you through in this video is a tool called Instachamp, and it's created by a company called Mobile Monkey. It is a suite of Instagram direct messaging automation tools, which I'm going to demo for you today, but it was essentially built for brands, creators, marketers, businesses to provide customer service and interactions at scale. Instachamp is making it possible for musicians and creators, influencers and coaches to scale organic interactions and engagement and accelerate their follower growth on Instagram. So what can you actually do with Instachamp? What is it? Well, you can reply to an almost infinite amount of direct messages per day. You can instantly reply to comments on your post. You can automatically send a thank you to anybody who mentions you in their stories. You can create a welcome message for anybody that DMs you first, and so much more. So let's dive in and take a look at what this looks like in practice. So to access Instachamp, you're going to want to go up here to mobilemonkey.com/creators, and it will bring you to this page. And when you open Instachamp, it will ask you to link your Facebook and Instagram account, and then it will bring you to a page that looks like this. Now you can see on this tab, I've connected a couple of Instagram accounts right now, and on this tab, I've connected my Facebook accounts, but I'm just concentrating on Instagram right now. So I'm going to choose one just to demo this to you. And you can see here that we've got these 6 options. So let's start at the top so that I can show you the functionality of this epic tool. So the first thing you can see is to DM keywords. So this is for when you create a post on Instagram, for example, to tease some content, and you get your followers to use a specific word in the comments like new music or pre-save or something related to your brand, the title of your song, singles, EPs. And once someone does comment a word in a post, Instachamp will then auto DM them so that you don't have to. So how can musicians use this? To add your keywords, you're just going to press add. Now I could add, for example, new music and then press add, and then I'm going to press continue. So if anybody comments new music in direct messages, Instachamp is going to automatically send them a message that we're about to create. So you can use some of these templates down here. I'm going to create one from scratch so that you can see what this looks like. So if somebody DMs me, I say I've gone on stories, I've just created a story and said, if you want the link to my new music, DM me the word new music and I will send you. And then this is where you can start personalizing that message. You can actually see, by the way, on this right-hand side, you can see the mobile phone demo of what the conversation might look like. So you can see if one of your followers has DM'd you the keyword and we have chosen the keyword to be new music at this time, the next thing that's going to happen is your message is going to automatically reply. So for example, if somebody's demoed you new music, you could say, hey, thanks so much for DMing me here and requesting the link to new music. Here you go. And then down here, you can choose an option, send text, ask a question, or send link. So if we click on that, it will come up with a link button name and the actual link itself, and you can go in here. So you can put the direct link to a track on Spotify, Bandcamp, your website, and then give it an actual name. And as you can see here, it's automatically hyperlinked. So you obviously edit this to wherever you want the link to go. Now, if you're on the free version, this will automatically send afterwards, which does look a little bit spammy, but if you go on the paid plan, this gets taken off. So I'll tell you more about that in a second. You can change the keyword, you can add more keywords, you can change the messaging down here, for example, as many times as you like. So every week you could use a different keyword for a new single, a piece of merch, a Patreon launch, rates on your studio services, a new book, all that kind of stuff. And this type of thing would be really good for people who want access to your new stuff first, the super fans. The problem that InstaChamp is solving on Instagram is that there are not many places on Instagram where you can actually have clickable links. So there's one in the bio, which is why everybody says, click the link in my bio. But there's quite a lot of friction in that between a user, you telling a user to click the link in your bio and them actually going to do it. And of course, now everybody's got access to link in stories, but there's a problem with that too. So let's neatly come on to stories. So if we go back, so we're now going to come onto this one here, story mentions. But just picking up on the last point about why it's a problem to have a link in bio, because I know you might be thinking, yeah, Lynz, I can add a link in my stories now and send people off to the place that I want to go to. So why would I need InstaChamp? But here's the thing. So two things happen when you add a link in your stories. The first thing, people do click the link, which sends a signal to Instagram that you are sending people away from Instagram. So Instagram stops pushing your stories. The second thing that could happen is that people don't click the link, which gives Instagram the signal that people are skipping your content. And Instagram stops pushing your stories. So either way, putting links in your stories is not always a good idea. Do I think you should stop putting links in your stories? No, but I do think that you should use them with caution, sparingly. And using all of the functionality that InstaChamp is about to give you actually will increase your engagement, because when you use a call to action to send you a secret word or comment below or send a reaction or mention you in stories, for example, this then taps into OPA, which is other people's audiences, which shares your content with a much larger audience, and it increases your engagement because it allows you a way into the DMs where you can then start an authentic conversation and relationship with that person. So how can musicians use these two story features? You've got story mentions and story reactions. So story reactions is quite easy. Let's go in and have a quick look. But basically, anybody who taps an emoji or taps any kind of reaction on your stories then gets an automatic direct message. So this is what it looks like. So you can have respond to everyone, no matter how they react, respond to everyone who reacts with any of these words or these emojis. Now, again, for the emoji usage, you need to upgrade, but that's how that works. So when anybody ever just reacts to your stories with an emoji, it will send an auto DM that you can create. So it could just be, hey, thanks so much for your reaction to my story. How are you doing today? Just to open up that conversation. In terms of story mentions, this could literally be a case of, thanks so much for mentioning me in your stories today. How are you doing? Like, we're not trying to sell them anything at this point. We're not trying to send them off to a link. We're just opening up a conversation. This is how you can get this to be organic sounding, but it's actually sending it automatically for you as soon as somebody shares your content. So the thing for you to do when you get onto stories or share any of your content is say, share this with your friends on your stories. But even if you're just posting funny, thoughtful, engaging content and people react with that emoji, then you can also DM them giving thanks and starting a conversation that way as well. Either way, it's all great engagement. You'll post something on your Instagram feed or on your stories, people react to it, and you automatically send them a DM. Increases your engagement. If you are enjoying this video so far, make sure to give this video a like and press the subscribe button and click the bell to get notified when I release more how-to videos. And if you've had a light bulb moment so far from this video, or you've got any questions, make sure to let me know in the comments and I will circle back around and either answer your questions or engage with your comments. So now let me show you this thing here, which is the DM greeting tool inside of InstaChamp. So I love this tool. It can work in quite a similar way to the old style answer phone message or kind of like choose your own adventure book. It's only going to be triggered when someone else DMs you first. So that's important to know. But as your engagement and your follower count grows, it can become harder to keep up with incoming messages. And you want to try your best to keep the conversation or the relationship going as much as possible. So you want to try and create like a thank you message that somebody's DM'd you, but then directly below you can create buttons for people to click on so that they can choose where they want to go next, depending on what you're offering. So let's click and have a look at what this looks like. I'm going to create some from scratch. So here I might say, hey, thank you so much for your message. Now, remember, I was saying that you want to try and sound as authentic as possible. People are going to know that this is an automated message. And so to pretend that it's not just looks a bit weird. So one of the things that I do on my music page is that I have what I call my Crichton clan. So one thing that I say is, hey, thanks so much for your message. This is now Crichton bot talking as the real Lynz is away from her desk. But I'd love to know how I can help you today. Then at this point, rather than sending a link, you could either ask a question or get your user to pick an option. So if I do this, I've now got another possibility that someone can now click on. So here I could start listing a couple of things that I offer. So for example, as a musician, we need to come back to our goals. What are the main things that we want people to consume when they come to us for the first time? So one of them could be the email list. Another one could be we want them to listen to our music. Another one could be we want them to buy something. We want to sell something. We've got stuff that we can sell. And then another one could be a recent interview that we've been in so that people can get to know us a little bit more. Now at this point, when they click on any of these things, a new message can be sent. So as you can see here, do you want to reply differently to each option? Well, yes, I do. Because if they click email list, I want them to send them a link to go and sign up for my email list. If they press listen, I want to go and send them to the place that I want them to go and listen. And the same for my store and interview. So I'm going to click that on, and now you can see they've all changed to different colors. Now I'm actually just going to switch accounts a minute because you do need the paid version to access this, but I want to show you what it looks like. If you were to land on my Lynz Crichton Music, the music marketing musician page, you will see here that I would say, hi, first name, because I'm on the upgraded version, so I can use your name. Thanks so much for your DM. I appreciate you messaged me. This is Crichton Bot while I'm away from the phone. And in the meantime, how can I help? So I've got a masterclass that people can watch. You can book a call with me to talk about your music. I've got loads of YouTube help videos. You're watching one now. And then maybe there's something else. So this is an open-ended option. So let's say, for example, they click the Music Biz Masterclass. I have a masterclass which is called Monetize Your Music, and it goes through how you can find your fans, nurture your audience, and start monetizing your music. So I'll say, oh, you want to see my Monetize Your Music Masterclass? No problem. Here's the link to register, and I'll chat with you there. And then I've put the link in. And you can see here what that looks like. So I've put the direct link straight in there. However, if somebody then presses, I want to book a call with you, then here I am. I would love to chat with you about your music biz and your goals. Here's my link to book a free 30-minute strategy call. And there's the link for that one as well. So again, if you would scroll down on here or we press book a call, look, there it's changed. So this is really cool. So when people start to DM you as your Instagram starts to grow, or you're creating content on your Instagram feed and in stories for them to DM you something, this is the automatic conversation that can be going on in background. So you can be getting more listens on autopilot, more people on your email list on autopilot, more people listening to your interviews and watching your music videos and growing your YouTube channel all on autopilot. Can you see how powerful this is? A couple of other things I would love to show you as well. There's something here called post comments. So anybody that comments on any of your posts on Instagram, this will automatically send them a direct message as well. And the other thing that's really cool for musicians is that when you do Instagram lives, you can even send an automated DM to anybody who comments on your Instagram live. So if you go live as a musician and you start playing and you're in your zone of genius, and anybody that comments on that live stream, and you can encourage people and ask people to drop a comment, request a song for next time, what song do you think I should do, what song suits my voice, any of those things. You can encourage people to just drop a comment in the comments of your live stream, and this will automatically send them a DM. Now, again, we want this to be as organic and authentic as possible. So rather than then spamming them with a load of links, which would not be good and it will be icky and spammy, and don't do that, please. But one thing that you could do is just say thank you. Send them a gratitude message. Thanks so much for engaging with my live stream today. Thank you for commenting. How are you doing today? what kind of music are you usually into? Any of those things to just open up that conversation. So hopefully by now you've had a few light bulb moments and you're starting to think of some awesome possibilities of how you can be using InstaChamp and messaging campaigns for your music biz. As I've mentioned in this video, there is a free tier of InstaChamp and you can use this tool for free, but just know that InstaChamp will keep their branding on your messages. So if you want to get rid of that branding, then you need to upgrade to the platinum level, which at the time of recording is about $9.95 a month. That's about £8 for the UK peeps, which is around $120 or £96 for the whole year. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like the video just below and subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I drop new how-to videos and more content. And if you've had a takeaway from this video, type it in the comments below because I would love to see if this has been helpful for you. And if you would like to chat to me one-on-one about your music business, growing your social media and your fan base and monetizing your music, I do encourage you to watch my Monetize Your Music Masterclass, which is linked below in the description of this video. Or if you want to just skip the masterclass and talk to me one-on-one straight away, there's a link to book a call in the description below too, so we can chat about how you can get some traction in your music business this year. I love talking to independent musicians about getting clarity and forward motion in their music business, especially when they're feeling so overwhelmed, stuck, they've got shiny object syndrome and they don't know what to do next. I am your gal, so click the link to book a call in the description if that is something that you're interested in. As always, stay indie and I will see you on the next video. Bye!